The kind of aura that we're talking about, I'm not sure can be developed. And I'm really excited about this video because I find it incredibly fascinating. But we're talking about the kind of aura that is not regular charisma. People can approach you and be very upset, very frustrated, and you sort of remain stable in that situation. People can be incredibly powerful, incredibly intimidating, incredibly wealthy, but this kind of person with this aura is untouched by all of that stuff. So this is real aura, not sort of scientific charisma that's based on oration skill or things like that. When we empathically connect with someone who has true aura, what we feel on the inside is incredibly uncommon. They have what feels like a soul made of steel. Like there's something about them that makes them impossible to perturb. There's an immense amount of stability. Now, where does this stability come from? All ceased, and I abandoned myself, leaving my cares forgotten among the lilies. So when we look at people who have real aura, what we find is usually a common experience for these kinds of people, whether it's people like Nelson Mandela or Aurobindo is another major spiritual teacher from the roughly Hindu tradition who was in prison for a while. Like a lot of people end up in prison, or a lot of people have some kind of event messes them up in a very major way. I believe that finding true aura, that real transformation, comes when the good stuff no longer touches the bad stuff. When all of the good stuff is wiped away and all you're left with is profound bad stuff. And when all of your compensatory mechanisms go completely out the window and you are overwhelmed by a torrent of negativity, when everything in your life is completely falling apart and you have no logical kind of defense mechanism left, you are actually at your lowest point when everything else around you has abandoned you and failed you. And in that moment, when the mind is no longer capable of helping you, the intellect is no longer capable of helping you, the emotions are no longer capable of helping you, empathy and connection with other human beings are no longer capable of helping you. In that moment, some people find something within themselves, something so deep and so primitive. It's this weird connection to the divine. But I would highly recommend that you do not go looking for it. They kind of want to go all in on life, and I strongly would not recommend it. What I think is way better is going back to what we talked about originally, which is life has bad stuff and life has good stuff.